Hi all, welcome back. So today is the 1st October 2022 and yesterday on 30th September, we have got the news from RBI saying that RBI has increased repo rate by 50 basis points. Okay, so in this video, let us try to know or let us try to understand the basics of repo rate and what is a increase. I mean, what happens if it goes up or what happens if it comes down, and why this RBI is making these changes in the repo rate. So let us discuss these points at higher level in this video so that it will helpful for you to understand this change from the RBI also. Okay, so in this video, let us look into these following points, like what is the repo rate and what is a basis points that RBI is increased now, and why and when the central bank changes the repo rate and impact of that change to a common man. Okay, so let us go to the first point. What is a repo rate? Okay, so to explain a repo rate means, see, every country will have one central bank, okay, and other commercial banks in the country. Okay, for example, if we take our country only, India. In India we have a Reserve Bank of India as a central bank, and there are other banks also: SBI, Kotak Bank, HDFC Bank, IDFC Bank. Like that, there are some commercial banks also available in India. So now what happens here is, if any bank, if they have a cash deficit, or if they want to borrow money because of the cash deficit in that bank, so they may reach to the central bank or Reserve Bank of India to borrow the money. Okay, so whenever any banks need the cash, so they can come to our RBI for the money. So to get the money from RBI, so what they will do, they will sell the securities from the bank, that is example is the treasury bills, to RBI, and they will borrow the money. Okay, so what happens here, if I consider this bank as an SBI, okay, SBI wants some amount from the, or if they want to raise some amount in their bank, and if they reach the RBI for that, so they will sell their treasury bills or securities to RBI, saying that you buy one security for 100 rupee now. Later on, we will pay back you, or they will buy back for more than 100 rupee. Okay, so that is what the agreement or the contract between the SBI and the RBI. Okay, so they SBI will say that now you buy our securities for 100 rupees, example. Later on, we will buy back it for more than 100 rupees. Okay, so that is what the agreement. Along with that, what RBI will do, they will buy those security for 100 rupees today, and they will sell back to the same SBI bank later, more than 100 rupees. Along with that, they will charge the interest rate during the holding period. Okay, so assume today, if SBI sells their securities for the RBI bank, and they took 100 rupees today, so next month, if they want to buy back that security from the RBI, they will pay 105 or 110, example. And also during for that 1 month duration also, they have to pay the charge. Assume it is an example. Okay, so the holding period of the security from RBI bank is 1 month. So 1 month they have to pay the interest rate and also the more amount than 100 rupee. So that is the way the agreement between RBI and the SBI will happen. So here in simple, what we can say here is, the commercial bank will reach to RBI if they want to raise the funds. So to do that, they will sell their securities to RBI, and RBI will buy that and give the money or lend the money to SBI, and they charge the interest rate for that. Okay, so that means interest rate at which Central Bank of India, RBI, lends money for securities from commercial bank is the repo rate. So the interest rate which they are charging from the SBI is the repo rate. Okay, so actually it is also called as repurchase option or repurchase agreement, because as I mentioned that they will buy back again. SBI will buy back the securities whatever they have sold, right? So repurchase, they will repurchase it. So that repurchase agreement or repurchase option. So in simple, they are calling as repo rate. So that means this repo rate is if there is an increase in repo rate, assume if there is if RBI increases the repo rate, then SBI should pay more interest rate to RBI for the money they have taken from RBI. Okay, so now we have seen in the news that RBI has increased the repo rate by 50 basis points. Okay, so what is a basis points here is in simple, it is just a terminology, the financial terminology. So which says that 1 basis point is equal to 1/100th of 1%, or simply we can consider it as 0.01%. So 1 basis point is equal to 0.0%, 0.01%. So that means today or yesterday there was a 50 bps hike, which is which can be calculated as 50 into 0.01%, which is equal to 5.5% increase in repo rate. Okay, 0.5% increase in repo rate, which means on August 5th, 2022, same year, this year only, RBI has increased the repo rate to 5.4% on that day. And yesterday they increased by 50 bps. That means 5.4 plus 0.5% coming up to 5.9%. So this is the current repo rate now. Okay. So then coming to the next point, why and when the central bank, the RBI changes the repo rate. Okay. So generally what happens every 2 months, RBI, its monetary policy team and RBI governor meet every 2 months and decide on its monetary policy and other key interest rates and other plans based upon the global issues or global economy, domestic economy, and the inflation. Considering complete economy globally and domestically, they will plan or they will decide the interest rates or any other points during that meeting. Okay, so generally coming to the repo rate, they will make the changes to control the inflation. Okay, so RBI's main intention to change the repo rate is to control the inflation. Okay, so what is an inflation generally is the prices of the cost, the cost of goods and services. Okay, so assume if you want to buy any home, if you want to buy any house or a car or a bike, then the cost of it, if it is increasing, then inflation will come up. Okay, so as cost of goods and services are increases, inflation will also increase. So to make the or to control the inflation, to bring the prices in control, the RBI will change this repo rate. Okay, so now the question comes, why the prices will go up? Okay, so assume, I will explain you, I will tell you one example. Okay, so assume currently if there is interest rates are low. So today if the interest rates from banks are low on the loans, then what we will do? We will try to plan for home, we will try to plan for car, we will try to plan for bike. So we will try to take all the loans or credits from the banks, and we will have the house, car, bikes, and etc. So what we are doing here, since we have the low interest rate from the banks, we are ready to take home, bike, car at a time, and to pay the bills on that because of the low interest rate. So what is happening when everybody are interested to take the loans and to buy the goods and services, the prices will go up. Okay, because everybody are interested, since interest rates are low now from the banks, so we can take the money from them and we can buy whatever we want to enjoy our life. So everybody, if they want to have a good life, they will take the money because of this low interest rate now only, and they will have the they will buy whatever they want now. So because of this low interest rate, people will be encouraged to pay more or take more items at a time, which makes the increase in prices. So because of this increase in prices, inflation will go up. So what RBI will do here is RBI will increase the repo rate now. Okay. So actually, what is happening here? If they increase RBI increase the repo rate to control the inflation, what is happening now? So if they increase the repo rate, what happens? The banks which have taken the money from RBI will have to pay the more interest rate to RBI. So because of this more interest rate, what these banks will do, they will increase the interest rate to the common man. Okay, so whoever are willing to take the loan from the banks, okay, either it may be a home loan or a car loan or a bike loan, what happens? These banks who are paying more charge to RBI now, they will also charge more to the people or individual who are taking the loans from them. So that means though the repo rate is between the banks only, but it is impacting the individuals also who are taking the loans from the commercial banks, because these banks will charge more because they are paying more. Okay, so that is the reason the impact of this change in repo rate is it is impacting the common man also, because though the repo rate is between the two banks, RBI and other commercial bank, because of that increase in the charge to the commercial banks, they will increase the interest rate to the common man or the individual, and the rates of interest will go up. So because of that increase in rate of interest, what happens? So now if the increase in rate of interest is there, so what I will do, I will be taking I don't want to take the risk and pay more to bank now to buy a house or to buy a car, right? I will stop thinking about that buying now. So when I stop thinking about that buying, so what happens? Slowly demand will come down. Okay, slowly nobody will is interested to buy house or cars now because of the heavy interest rates. So what happens? The demands come down, and because of demand coming down, supply increases, and when supply increases, the prices will come down. So which makes inflation also to be going down. So this is the way that RBI controls the inflation in the country. So when a repo rate is increases, the charges of the loans also increases. When charges of loans increases, the demand will go down, and when demand goes down, prices will come down. When prices come down, inflation will come down. Okay, so like that, based upon the global economy, domestic economy, and based on the economies around among the other countries, the RBI team will decide the interest rates and everything for every 2 months. Sometimes the frequency may change also based upon the global impacts or anything, because it's not mandatory for every 2 months. They can change it for every 1 month also based upon the issues that are happening globally or domestically. So this is what the we can mean this is what we can understand from the repo rate change from RBI yesterday. So I hope this explanation will help you to understand what is impacting the common man on the repo rate hike, right? So now because of these high interest rates, okay, we will be not interested to take the loan again now, because already existing loans also will increase. Because if we have taken any loan on the floating rate, okay, so some of the loans are on fixed rate only, so they will be fixed the percentage of interest, but some of the people will be interested to take the floating interest rate. So those loans will be increased now by 50 basis points or 0.5% increase. So that impacts a lot on the common man. They have to pay more. So existing loans are increasing, and also new loans are also increasing. So because of that, we are not interested, or we don't want to take the loan now at the moment to buy a house or car and pay more to the bank. So because of that, we have to wait or for the interest rate to come down, and then only we can plan. So that is what the impact on the common man in the country because of this increase in repo rate. So I hope this explanation will helpful for you. I mean, you will understand what is the impact on this RBI decision. So, and you can also plan accordingly. So I hope this explanation will help you in your decisions. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Okay, bye.